Coach, I got to tell you, we envy you right now in that nice dry studio as we are at soggy and windy Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Ready? 60 or.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the run, this is Jackson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey! Look at me. Go. Now.
Off play action. Herbert. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jackson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. 2nd and 4. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
Well, we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, Jones. He's got him in, complete. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15. A big play there for New England. 64 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. N'Keal Harry His 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Williams. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got under...
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 47. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. A give to Smith out of the gun. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a 1st down.
Ready, break. 61, match box, 2.
Off the play fake, Jones. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he is going to be brought down at the 3-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Let's go right here.
Hey, exit.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Squeeze. Nah.
One set.
Hey, orbit. Ready?
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me.
And he lost the football. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Let's go.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Now.
2nd and 1. And now here's another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little.
Philip Dorsett by himself. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun. Herbert looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A beautiful spin and room to run. 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Ito Smith hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Ito Smith. And he's taken down inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the counter, it's Smith. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. After the penalty, it's Smith. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Juwan Williams. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Herbert is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a first down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Badgley's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 49-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Smith.
Smith, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Off play action. Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Again, it's Smith. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a first down carry for Harris. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes are... The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert throwing the out route incomplete. That's Pope. And he's got this down to the 35. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the gun, Herbert. And this is caught at the 8. A very solid gain of 27. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Broncos get 1 score closer. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On the draw, this is Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Set. 10-2 start.
56 to mark for 56. Check 56. Here we go again.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score.
New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check 37. Let's go.
And he's got room. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a 1st down. On 1st down, Harris. And he'll take it at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
This will be taken very short. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it, it's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why he ended up having to go up one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab.
Yo, faster.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First, and that's caught inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
What we got?
General West. Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Herbert looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Look at me, zipper. Hey.
48th month.
Hey, Echo.
It's a party now.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And it's caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 2nd and 6. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
On 4th down, Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Set, ready? 15, line it. 15, line it.
Nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.